Hey, so I'm just a dude that as of making this video goes to your school. But if your teacher decides to use this past my graduation time, then hell, that means this was a good video and I did a good job. Today, I'll be trying my best to simplify what certain neurotransmitters do and their functions along with what they do and what little or too much can do to someone. Let us begin. The first one we're starting with is our good old friend dopamine. Dopamine is found in the nervous system and is created by nerve cells to send messages to other nerve cells. It plays a role in how we feel pleasure and it helps us focus and helps us find things entertaining. Dopamine is a factor in our brain's reward system. It is a factor because when we finish something, we feel accomplished. Drugs like cocaine can get us to feel that joyish/rewarding feeling, but then it'll lead to your body's reward system needing more things done to have that accomplished feeling. So drug misuse can make the body produce less dopamine, leading to emotional levels hitting lows. Too much of this chemical in some parts of the brain can cause symptoms of schizophrenia, delusions, and hallucinations. Research shows that also too little dopamine may play a role in having ADHD. Now, do you know what else starts with an A? Acetylcholine. Aha! I'm sorry if you have ADHD. Acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter active at the motor end plate of the vertebrae voluntary muscles. Acetylcholine is a substance of nerve impulses within the peripheral and central nervous systems. By being in the nervous systems, it can help in slowing down someone's heart rate if it's high. This neurotransmitter also helps our brains when it comes to remembering things and the way we learn. However, too much acetylcholine can result in cramps, muscle weakness, diarrhea, blurry vision, and potential paralysis. If you lack the average amount of acetylcholine, you are susceptible to having Alzheimer's disease. I have no smooth segue into talking about serotonin, so let's get straight into it. Serotonin is a chemical that nerve cells produce. Serotonin is produced from many things like healing wounds, reducing depression, and helping out by controlling bowel movements. A little fun fact, serotonin is mostly found in the stomach. Serotonin is known as the natural mood stabilizer as it helps regulate emotions when you aren't feeling so well. Some people may experience levels of higher than average serotonin levels without realizing it, and for those that do, may experience some stomach pain. And for those that lack the average amount of serotonin may have trouble sleeping and could potentially develop depression. The neurotransmitter known as endorphins is known as the body's natural painkillers. Its function is to release when a person works out in any way, giving them the feeling of a morphine or runner's high, making them have an energizing feeling about life. Endorphins acts like a sedative, so they block the perception of pain when working out. Too little of it may show effects of addiction, depression, and aches or pain. And finally, mood swings. Having too much endorphins results in feeling less pain and less of the negatives from dealing with stress. Gamma-aminobutyric acid is also known as GABA, an abnormally long and short word. GABA is an amino acid and plays as a neurotransmitter that is supported by glutamate. Its job is to slow down or calm the other neurotransmitters. With our blood, we have red blood cells and oxygen to send messages through our veins, whereas our chemical messenger, GABA, would be able to tell others to relax. If there isn't enough GABA in your system, your central nervous system may get overwhelmed with the amount of signals it is receiving from other neurotransmitters, and it can lead to incidents like seizures and sometimes even epilepsy. And in some cases, when you have too much GABA, that means you aren't having enough brain activity occurring, and that may result in hypersomnia or daytime sleepiness. Glutamate is an amino acid that is found in 90% of all the brain's synapses and is a molecule used by nerve cells to send messages to other parts of the body. Because it is a part of the central nervous system, it sends messages throughout the entire body as well. It works the most in the brain, however, and it has to keep a tightly regulated set amount. If a person were to have too much glutamate, you would get some overexcited nerve cells and cause them to die, leading to devastating diseases like ALS, GAD, and ataxia.